GT3 RS day. Afternoon. So in the realms of me trying to tell you, rather than just type, a little bit more about what I've been doing, I thought I would tell you about what we've been doing on this absolutely stunning 991 GT3 RS. So this is a really good customer of mine's lovely toy. We did a lot of work on this about 9 months ago. It was a multi-stage paint correction, sort of top grade signature package, if you like, of really high-end coatings to get it looking the best possible way and get it protected the best possible way. So really the job with it the last couple of days has been really just getting it ready for spring. No crazy big paint corrections. Nothing really massively involved because, as you'll see from the video, it already was really well protected, still beading super well, which is what it should be. That beading should go on for years, really. But, you know, this car is used, definitely doesn't sit around. I love to see these things out being enjoyed, and this one definitely is. Hence why that mantra of protect and then enjoy stuff is absolutely what we believe in. So it's just been in for a couple of days, just for really a check on the coating, obviously a big cleanup everywhere. There were also a couple of bits and pieces, so a couple of bird etch marks, some bird dirt had been on the bonnet for a long time, and had just made some sort of slight marks in there, so those were lightly polished out, as you'll see in the time lapse. The bonnet was then recoated. And we've actually, you can't see, but there's some infrared lights just off camera here, just giving that final boost to the curing. And then the rest of the coating was just cleaned up a little bit with some salt remover, and then recoated just with we've kind of redone the top layer of the coating just to keep that super hydrophobicness going. But yeah, other than that, just thought you'd like to enjoy what is an absolutely stunning lava orange GT3 RS, which it's been our pleasure to have in for a couple of days. Thanks guys, keep watching, liking, and if you can subscribe and everything, then you'll get notified as soon as we've got any more for you. Thanks very much, bye!
So the rest of this video is a little bit more about the process and the, just really some more detail on what we actually did on this job. So as you can see, this is the pre-rinse process on the vehicle. So the first thing we do is give it a really thorough rinse off with our nice sort of 50-degree water, just to get rid of all of the loose dirt and grime from the paintwork. As you can see, the first thing that should strike you here that I was super pleased with was the beading from the coating that was applied back 9 months ago was still really strong, and consequently, as you can see on this quarter, the dirt was literally just hosing off. It was great, and you can see as that dirt comes off, the beading comes back even more strongly underneath. Whilst beading is not the be-all and end-all for proving that a car is protected, it is a really good indicator. And you can see here how easily the water's running off, and that just means that the car has more of a self-cleaning, less dirt sticks to it, which just means less damage occurs. So we've got a real quick time lapse here just of a bit more about that pre-rinse process. Just really, when you're washing your own car, you can't do this too much. The more loose dirt you can get off the vehicle before you physically touch a wash mitt to the car, the better. So with the full wash process completed, we have got some close-ups now of those bird etch marks just under the direct lighting back in the studio. not the end of the world, and a bit of a fact of life, unfortunately, but a bit of a shame when they were marring the finish. So the way we removed these was with machine polishing. An unfortunate side effect of that, of course, is that we will remove the coating that's on those panels, but we will then renew that afterwards. So this is the first stage of removing those spots. So we're doing here a localized sort of heavier machine polish on this carbon bonnet. So we're using the Rupes Bigfoot polishing system here, which really the thing that it does for the detailer for me is it allows me to regulate the amount of heat, the amount of cut that I'm using and that I'm putting into the paintwork in order to remove the defects that I'm looking to remove, but obviously still keep the maximum amount of clear coat on the car. A car like this, there's an awful lot of value in the original paint. Still being able to see that carbon weave ever so slightly through the factory paint is really important. So we've got kind of a duty of care, if you like, to make sure that the beauty is maximised, but also we're not removing a micron more of paint than we absolutely need to. So I think that's my first spot polished off. I'm just cleaning the pad now and then reloading my polish, and then just coming back a bit more to the spot that's basically right in the centre of the bonnet, in that little crease there. And then we are just slowly regulating my machine speed and my arm speed, just to make sure that the defects are removed, but no more than the absolute minimum amount of polishing is done to get the job done there. Absolutely love the Rupes polishing system for this. By the way, I'm wearing one glove there. I'm not a secret Michael Jackson impersonator. I've got a really bad cut actually on the thumb of my right hand, and I've just got one glove on all the time just to keep any dust and oils and anything out of it, just in case you're wondering. So there we go. That's the defects done on that middle section of paint. And then we're going to move into a bit of a time lapse now, rather than me talk through real-time polishing all the rest of the way through the video and bore you off. So there we are. There's one more bit just to even out the colour and the defects just in that corner, and then what we do then is go over the whole rest of the bonnet again with a finer finishing combination of pad and polish, to absolutely maximise the gloss and the depth in this beautiful lava orange, and make sure that it's really perfect, so that then when we reapply the coating, it's looking absolutely 100% as good as it can do. So we're just working around. We split the bonnet back up into 6 sections to do this process. Each section, there we are, gently leaning over and making sure that the only thing touching the car is the polisher. And then there we go, the last little section, finally just polished and buffed back off. And here we go, we zoom back in with the camera and have a look, and we can see that not only have the bird etch marks all gone now, we've got a lot more depth, a lot more colour back in, really 0 defects again now, and she's back up to exactly how she should be. So with that done, the bonnet is then recoated. Then while that coating's curing, get on with all the details. So dressing the tyres again. Obviously by this point we've done the water spot remover and renewed the top coat on the rest of the vehicle. So we're dressing the tyres, and then really just all the lovely little details. So renewing and refreshing in, well, I say the engine bay, what little engine bay there is. Just really a lovely shot just to show you this beautiful carbon on the inside of the bonnet, which is all beautifully cleaned. Obviously the front boot is all cleaned and vacuumed out, all the shuts are done, and really then we're just into the finished shots for you. what is there to say? What more can you add to Stuttgart's finest? Really, there she is. She's reprotected. She's back ready to be enjoyed. The coating's just topped up, and really, you know, there is very little of the owner of this car left to do, other than just get out and drive it and enjoy it, knowing that it looks great, that it's going to be easy to clean when it does get dirty, and that, you know, he's just safely able to enjoy it in the best way possible. So all that remains is for me to thank you for watching and showing interest in what I do. If you want to see more, then please subscribe, and I'll keep doing it. Thanks very much, guys. See you on the next one.